Atlanta was still reeling from the tension between Yandy and Rasheeda, but things took a sharp turn when Yandy posted something mysterious online. Her caption read, "Screenshots don't lie. Loyalty doesn't bend." The street's been new. Those few words were enough to stop the whole city in its tracks. Everyone in Atlanta knows what that kind of post means. It's a warning that something big is about to drop, and this time, it wasn't going to be quiet. Within minutes, the blogs went wild. Podcasts started recording emergency episodes. Fan pages began speculating about what kind of proof Yandy might have. The feud that had only been hinted at through shady posts and subtle comments was about to blow wide open. When Yandy said she had receipts, everyone knew things were about to get messy. Because in Atlanta, that word changes everything. A few hours later, an anonymous account posted what sounded like a voice note. The audio was hard to hear, but fans swore they recognized the voice. There was a laugh that people claimed belonged to Jasmine, followed by a softer voice they thought was Rasheeda saying, "You're the only one who gets it." It wasn't much, but Atlanta doesn't wait for context. It just needs a spark. That small clip was enough for fans to connect the dots and assume Rasheeda had betrayed Yandy by getting too close to Jasmine behind her back. Suddenly, Yandy's earlier comments from Spice's dressing room didn't look like gossip anymore. They looked like evidence. The internet erupted with opinions. Some fans rushed to defend Yandy, saying she had been right all along. Others tried to protect Rasheeda, calling the audio fake or edited. But by then, the damage was done. Memes started flooding social media, showing Rasheeda's face next to Jasmine's with captions like "new besties" and "sis traded loyalty for cocktails." The more Rasheeda stayed silent, the worse it got. In Atlanta, silence doesn't save you. It condemns you. Every gossip account, every podcast, every fan who had ever doubted her was suddenly playing judge and jury. Meanwhile, Yandy stayed cool. She didn't go on long rants or spill everything at once. Instead, she posted calm photos with her kids and her businesses with a caption that read, "Family never fakes loyalty." That single post said more than a paragraph could. It painted her as mature and composed, while Rasheeda came off as the messy one. Bloggers reposted it everywhere, and hashtags like "our loyalty over everything" and "receipts don't lie" started trending. Spice, already being blamed for stirring the pot, tried to brush it off. She went live and laughed, saying people were reading too much into things. But fans weren't having it. The comments section exploded with messages like, "Girl, you messy," and Spice playing both sides again. No matter how much she smiled at the camera, the audience wasn't fooled. Her reputation as the one who carries gossip was already sealed. Then came the screenshots. A blurry image of a group chat started spreading across social media. At the top were 3 names: Jasmine, Rasheeda, and one blurred contact. The messages showed Jasmine allegedly saying, "Sis, people so pressed over our trip. Let them talk." Another message, which fans claimed was from Rasheeda, read, "Yeah, they always looking for drama. Just keep it low." Whether the screenshot was real or edited didn't matter. It went viral instantly. Screenshots in Atlanta travel faster than truth, and this one was explosive. Every blog posted about it using headlines like "Rasheeda and Jasmine secret group chat leaks." Yandy was right. Kirk tried to calm things down by posting a gym selfie with the caption, "Don't believe everything you hear. Energy don't lie," but that only made things worse. Fans filled his comments with clown emojis, calling out his past cheating scandals and telling him he had no right to talk about loyalty. His attempt to defend Rasheeda only made her look guiltier. Yandy, on the other hand, played her cards perfectly. She posted another subtle caption, "Screenshots don't make themselves, and silence speaks louder than words." She didn't have to name names. Everyone already knew who she meant. She let the internet do the work for her. Without saying much, she allowed fans to connect the dots, fueling the fire without ever looking petty. People started revisiting old clips from the show, analyzing Rasheeda's behavior around Jasmine. Suddenly, every smile or side-eye became evidence. One fan tweeted, "Yandy been telling us, we just didn't see it," while another wrote, "Rasheeda's loyalty card declined." The situation was spinning out of Rasheeda's control, and her silence only made it worse. By the weekend, she finally broke it. She posted a photo of herself with her kids captioned, "I stand on family. I stand on truth. I don't stand on drama." But instead of sympathy, she got dragged even more. The comments were ruthless. "Then why your name in the group chat, sis?" "Truth don't hide receipts." "Don't post your kids when you messy." What was supposed to be her defense ended up sounding like another excuse. Meanwhile, Jasmine hadn't said a single word, and her silence was making things worse. Fans started speculating about what she would say when she finally spoke. Anonymous accounts claimed they'd seen her and Rasheeda hanging out in Atlanta lounges. Blurry photos started appearing online, and every post ended with the same question: "When Jasmine speaks, what's she gonna say?" Atlanta was holding its breath. Bloggers were sharpening their headlines, and fans were refreshing their timelines, waiting for the next move. Because Yandy had promised real receipts, and everyone knew what they'd seen so far was only the beginning. If a fuzzy screenshot could cause this much chaos, everyone was wondering what would happen when she finally dropped the full, unedited proof. By now, the city was completely obsessed. Every gossip page posted the same blurry image. Fans were zooming in on every word, and even neutral blogs started taking sides. One fan commented under a viral thread, Sis, that's definitely Rasheeda's typing style. Atlanta was officially on fire, and the story was far from over. While some fans argued that the screenshot looked fake, others didn't care. In Atlanta, proof isn't what matters, perception is. Once people believe something, it becomes truth. And through all the noise, Yandy stayed calm and clever. She posted another carousel of photos with a caption that read, "Screenshots don't make themselves. People expose themselves." The timing was perfect. Just vague enough for people to speculate, but sharp enough to keep the drama alive. Rasheeda, meanwhile, was falling apart. The silence that was supposed to protect her was now destroying her. Every post she made was being picked apart. Every caption treated like a clue. Kirk kept telling her to stay quiet and let it pass, but nothing ever really blows over in Atlanta. The longer she stayed silent, the guiltier she looked. Eventually, she tried to take control. She posted a photo of her family with a long caption about choosing peace and focusing on what matters. But the internet wasn't forgiving. The comments came in fast. Peace? After those messages? Not you hiding behind family after betraying your friend. What she meant as a soft response only made things worse. Now, even her parenting was being pulled into the conversation. That's the dark side of reality TV. Once the public decides you're guilty, everything becomes proof. The blogs had a field day. "Yandy was right all along," screamed one headline. Another read, "Rasheeda's loyalty exposed by screenshots." Fans were relentless. Memes flooded the internet. Old clips of Rasheeda's reunion outfits resurfaced with captions like, "Sis been disloyal since 2012. The ridicule was nonstop. Rasheeda wasn't just losing Yandy as a friend. She was losing her public image, her credibility, and the little respect her brand had left. Then Jasmine finally broke her silence. She went live late one night, hair tied back, sipping from a cup, looking calm but smug. She admitted that she and Rasheeda had been hanging out, but claimed it wasn't as serious as everyone thought. "Y'all so pressed. We just friends. Grown people can hang with who they want," she said with a laugh. But the way she smirked and dragged her words made it clear she was enjoying every second of the chaos. Clips from the live spread everywhere. Fans flooded the comments saying, "Sis loving this too much." Instead of helping Rasheeda, Jasmine made her look worse, like the kind of friend who loves stirring drama and watching it explode. Spice, of course, couldn't stay out of it. The internet dragged her again, calling her the bone carrier, accusing her of planting the seeds for this feud. Old videos of her laughing during interviews resurfaced, with fans saying she'd known everything from the start. "Spice messy queen?" One comment read, "Always pretending she innocent. Girl, you knew and you liked it." No matter how many times she went live to defend herself and say she wanted peace, fans weren't buying it. Every attempt to distance herself just tied her deeper into the drama. Then came the biggest twist yet. Another anonymous account leaked a second voice note, clearer than the first. This time, a voice that sounded like Jasmine said, "Sis, just keep it low. They gonna believe what they want anyway." Then came another voice, one that fans swore was Rasheeda, saying, "Yeah, you right. I'm tired of pretending for cameras." That short exchange hit like a bomb. Whether it was real or edited didn't matter. The damage was instant. Fans flooded Rasheeda's page with questions. "What you pretending for cameras about? So you been faking your friendship with Yandy?" The story had now evolved from betrayal to full-blown deception. This wasn't just gossip anymore. It felt like a reality show spilling into real life. Kirk tried to step in again, posting another vague message. Energy don't lie. People lie. But fans weren't having it. They brought up every scandal he'd ever been involved in, especially his past infidelity. "Sir, you the last one who should talk about loyalty," one person wrote. "You cheated and had a baby on her. Sit this one out." Instead of defending Rasheeda, Kirk's post just reminded everyone of her public heartbreaks. Now, her marriage drama was back in the spotlight, tangled with her falling out with Yandy. Yandy, on the other hand, played her part like a pro. She didn't rant or go live to scream. She stayed composed and let the internet do the work for her. She posted family photos, business wins, and captions that hit like soft punches. One of them read, "Loyalty is free, but some people can't afford it." That line alone broke the internet. Fans turned it into memes, quotes, and TikToks. Within hours, it was trending everywhere. Yandy was winning the war without even raising her voice. The media dubbed it the loyalty war, and the name stuck. Hashtags like Archer Yandy receipts, Rasheeda exposed, and Jasmine mess flooded timelines. Everyone wanted more. Fans demanded the final proof that would either clear Rasheeda or destroy her completely. And Yandy, ever the strategist, gave them something to wait for. She posted a cryptic story with a blurred screenshot and the caption, "If they thought the first was bad, wait for the finale." Atlanta collectively held its breath. If a blurry group chat had already caused this much chaos, what would happen when Yandy dropped the full thing? The tension was unbearable. The blogs were counting down like it was an event. Podcasts were guessing what she had. Fans made TikToks predicting what the finale would reveal. Nobody wanted to blink and miss it, because in Atlanta, missing a drop like this meant missing history. And when Yandy finally made her move, it wasn't loud or dramatic. She didn't post a rant or a live video. Instead, she dropped a calm 3-photo carousel. The first picture showed her smiling with her kids. The second showed her team in a business meeting. But the third photo stopped the city cold. It was the full, unblurred group chat. This time, there was no denying it. The conversation was clearly between Rasheeda, Jasmine, and one other mutual friend. Jasmine had written, "Sis, people pressed about us. Let them choke." Rasheeda replied, "Girl, Yandy always playing victim. That's why I stopped rocking with her. It's all for cameras." Then Jasmine added, "Exactly. She's so fake loyal. I don't know how people don't see it." Atlanta erupted. The loyalty war had officially reached its breaking point. And this time, there was no coming back. Those few lines hit the internet like a bomb. There was no way to spin it. No blurry excuse or misunderstanding. It was direct betrayal. Clear, time-stamped, and perfectly matching the timeline of the Spice concert drama. Within minutes, Atlanta exploded. Hashtags took over everyone's feed. Rasheeda exposed. Jasmine mess. Yandy receipts. The screenshots spread like wildfire. Every blog reposted them, and fans declared that Yandy had delivered the final blow. Rasheeda tried to respond, but every word she typed only made things worse. She said the screenshots were taken out of context, that people were twisting her words, that it wasn't what it looked like. But the internet wasn't buying it. Comments flooded in. "Context, sis. You called her fake loyal. What context is that?" Fans weren't letting her off the hook. The more she tried to explain, the more people laughed. Then she switched tactics and began posting about her family, but that only fueled the fire. Fans dragged her for using her kids to distract from the drama. To make matters worse, an email started circulating online, supposedly from a fashion brand canceling their partnership with her boutique over image concerns. Whether it was real or not, the damage was already done. People bombarded her business page with clown emojis and called her a fraud. Years of rebranding were falling apart in days. Meanwhile, Jasmine wasn't hiding. She went live again, acting completely unbothered. Sitting next to Ian, sipping from her drink, she laughed as the comments filled with clown emojis. "Y'all so pressed over who I hang with," she said with a smirk. "If I want to chill with Rasheeda, that's my business." But her attitude only made things worse. Fans saw her as smug and messy. Memes calling her a professional home wrecker turned bestie spread across Twitter. Instead of helping Rasheeda's image, Jasmine's behavior made it worse. Then Kirk jumped in with another cryptic caption. "Strong women don't need the world's approval." That was all it took for the internet to tear him apart. People reminded him of his cheating scandals, the baby he had outside his marriage, and all the times he embarrassed Rasheeda on TV. "Sir, not you talking about strong women when you broke your wife on camera," one fan wrote. His name started trending next to hers, and people joked that the Frost family needed a PR team more than a boutique. Instead of defending Rasheeda, he just reopened old wounds and tied her current betrayal to their long history of public chaos. Spice, on the other hand, tried to stay quiet this time, but the internet wouldn't let her. Old clips resurfaced, interviews where she laughed, moments when she hinted that some friendships don't make sense. Suddenly, all her neutral comments looked calculated. Blogs ran headlines like, "Did Spice know all along?" and "The bone carrier caught again." When she tried to go live, fans spammed her comments with bone emojis, accusing her of being the silent instigator who loved stirring the pot. Yandy, meanwhile, didn't say much. She let the receipts do the talking. Then she posted a calm video that changed everything. Looking directly into the camera, she said softly, "Sometimes people you break bread with will turn around and break your back. But the thing about truth, it always comes out. Loyalty is priceless. And once it's gone forever." That clip went viral instantly. Fans called it iconic. Blogs quoted her words in headlines. Even people outside the love and hip-hop world reposted it as life advice. Yandy had turned a messy feud into a branding moment, a public win that made her look powerful, smart, and above the drama. She wasn't just surviving the chaos, she was controlling it. For Rasheeda, the fallout was brutal. She wasn't just getting dragged online anymore. People in the industry were reportedly distancing themselves. Brands were said to be backing out. Her reputation was slipping, and even longtime allies were going quiet. Fans claimed she was done, that she chose the wrong side, that she'd thrown away years of loyalty for a friendship with Jasmine that wasn't worth it. Her downfall wasn't just emotional, it was professional and cultural. She wasn't just losing Yandy, she was losing Atlanta. Jasmine leaned into her villain era, posting selfies with captions like "Unbothered Queen" and dropping shady subtweets. But the more she acted carefree, the more the internet mocked her. People saw her not as powerful or confident, but as desperate for attention. Her name became a punchline, synonymous with chaos. Instead of elevating her, the feud buried her deeper in her messy label. Then, just when people thought the drama was dying down, Yandy dropped one last bomb. More screenshots appeared, this time showing Jasmine and Rasheeda talking badly not only about her, but also about Spice. One message said, "Spice messy, always pretending she neutral." That single line pulled Spice straight into the center of the storm. The internet exploded again, Spice exposed, Jasmine mess, Rasheeda down. Fans said no one survived the loyalty war except Yandy, who came out spotless. What began as simple shade over a BBL had turned into a total collapse of friendships and reputations. In the end, Yandy's captions became the final word. Loyalty is free, but some people can't afford it. The streets always talk, but they don't ever lie. The final clip of her smiling calmly into the camera sealed her image as the ultimate winner. Atlanta had made its decision. Yandy won. Rasheeda lost her credibility. Jasmine exposed herself as the messy one. Spice lost her neutral image. And Kirk? He dragged himself down right beside his wife. The loyalty war didn't end with shouting or fights. It ended with screenshots, receipts, and silence. And Atlanta will never forget who dropped them.